Hello friends. Today I am going to talk to you about defining moments. Now, the very word defining moments means that there are certain moments in your life which defines the direction your life is going to take. And these defining moments can make or break your life. I would like to share with you two such defining moments in my life and one in my father's, which brought about a paradigmatic change in our lives. I'll first begin with that of my father because those were the years I was growing up and they played a very important role in the direction my life was going to take. You see, my father began his life in the army. He was in the Assam regiment, and the early years of my life was spent traveling from Muzaffarpur to Jodhpur to Delhi. He was a major in the Assam regiment, and we lived a very, very comfortable life as a defense family. I have many stories which I can share, but this is not the time or the place. To cut a long story short, this was in 1959 when a new service was going to be started by the government of India. It was called the IFAS. Some of you may have heard of it. It stood for the Indian Frontier Administrative Service. It was the brainchild of our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and Varya Elvin, who was his advisor on tribal affairs. They believed that they needed people of great stamina and physical endurance to administer the newly opened frontier areas of what is today Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. So my mother literally bulldozed my father to sit for this opportunity. My father was skeptical because A, he had never heard of NIFA, that is what Arunachal Pradesh was called in those days, and B, he did not want to give up his cushy army life, as he called it. But my mother was a woman who was not to be stopped. She was unstoppable, and she made him prepare for the exam to qualify for the IFAS. Mind you, the IFAS was at par with the IAS, that is the Indian Administrative Service. I remember I had a cousin in the Delhi School of Economics. My mother made him carry piles and piles of books on NIFA and Nagaland, written by the same Varya Elvin. She locked him up in a room and just made him read and read and read and learn about the area that he was going to make his Karma Kshetra from now on. And this interview, it was very Elvin across the table, and he asked him innumerable questions about NIFA, but my father was thoroughly prepared by then, thanks to my mother's persistence. And he came out with all guns firing. He joined the IFAS. He was posted in Pasighat as the political officer. His designation was Assistant Political Officer 1, and we were put into Loreto Shillong, Loreto Convent Shillong, in the hostel. So my life changed 360 degrees from being a day boarder in CJM, that is Convent of Jesus and Mary in Delhi, to a boarder in Loreto Convent Shillong. So that was a defining moment in my father's life and a defining moment in my life, because I kind of entered into a very different world. Of course, for my father, it was a stepping stone to great accomplishment, and over a long period of time, he was co-opted into the IAS and finally retired as the Special Secretary to the Governor of Tripura. For me, hostel life proved to be the key to a new world, because in the hostel we saw movies of Alfred Hitchcock, we joined in Gilbert and Sullivan operas, I became a part of the school choir, and my school was beautiful. It was on top of this hill, covered with shrubs and lovely flowering plants, and that kindled my love for flowers, because botany was taught moving in and around those plants. We used to go for long walks in the Ashes forest, so that helped to build up my body and my mind. And even now at 70, I still have very sturdy legs, which I owe to my long walks in the forest on Sunday. So friends, these defining moments are very important in life, because they kind of lead you on to new things, interesting things, which add dimension and diversity to your life. Had my father been fearful of this change, had he believed that one must look before one leaps, then he would not have made that mind shift change. Of course, it was my mother who was the force or the wind beneath his wings, as they say, and they had a very happy marriage, and my father survived just 1 year after my mother's demise in 1983. So thereby hangs a tale, and I hope you liked watching this video. If you do, please share and give your comments. Thank you. This is Viji signing off. Bye.